have something very important to discuss with parents, especially, and is in relation to the just concluded JAN examination, otherwise called UTME examination. The Minister of Education said that barely 20% of the candidates who wrote that exam will be gaining admission. Now, the question is what happens to over 1.5 million other children or candidates who sat for that examination? This is where it is important for us as parents to rethink about our attitude to education, particularly university education. Now, am I saying your children or what should not be sent to the university? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what becomes of your child is not the level of university education he or she is exposed to, but the level of education that is exposed to. Now, I'm not trying to confuse you. This is what I'm trying to say. There is formal education, there is informal education. The formal education is what your child gets from the four walls of a university, but the informal education is the knowledge or skill that he or she, can acquire outside of the four walls of a university. A lot of these skills can be very soft skills. Soft skills as simple as, writing, speaking, for instance, or coding, and so on and so forth. A lot of vocational skills. Why am I saying this? We have seen a lot of Nigerian graduates who are unemployed. Why? Because the unemployment net is growing wider by the day. The economy is not smiling. I used to have a staff, a graduate of a private university in Nigeria, I don't want to mention. And how much was I paying this my staff? 20,000 naira salary. And this was someone who was sponsored through private university education. Now, the question to a reasonable parent is, when will that child be able to pay back? I'm not saying the child should pay back the money used to sponsor his or her education. What I'm trying to say is that at what point will that child begin to earn something that will be commensurate and will justify the massive financial investment that has gone into his or her education? Again, I need to let you know, the days of saying, Batare adun ko ka to baka were. Batare adun ko ka, gone are those days. Those were the songs that they sang for us, and everyone struggled to go to university. Can I tell you something? Go and check it. All the nations that are doing well, that are among the developed nations, Japan, China, America, and so on and so forth, has very low rate of university graduates. Let me give you a very practical instance. We're told that 60% of the population of Nigerians in the US are university graduates, and that's over 100% above the entire number of graduates in the entire United States of America. Now, the question I'm going to ask you is, of what good, of what economic benefit or impact has that been on Nigerians as a nation? What we need are people who are skillful, not necessarily people who have certificates. We have seen a lot of people who have certificates who cannot do the job that they got first class or second class, from. So, of what good, of what use is it? Right now, there are very relevant skills that your child needs. If in case your child falls within that bracket of 1.5 million JAM candidates who will not gain admission this year, do not despair as a parent. Take advantage of this opportunity to equip your child with life skills that will position him or her to be competitive in the highly competitive labor market of this age and time. This is my advice. Nigerian universities are established to create job seekers, not job creators. Insanity is doing the same thing the same way and expecting a different result. If you want Nigeria to move forward, you want your children to do better than they are currently doing, then equip them with life skills that they need to get them positioned well in future. Education or no education. Let us bid the days of saying, go to school, earn good grade, and work in a corporation a bye for life. Now is the time to say, go to school, earn good grade, and own a corporation. Finally, let me implore you as a parent to ensure you are intentional about contributing your quota to the development and growth of Nigeria by raising children who will go to school, earn good grade, and own corporations, rather than working or looking for a corporation to work